Hey there, someone on LearnDota2 posted some replays asking for some advice. Their Guardian 1 or 2, I bounce between Archon and Legend, so I'm probably qualified enough to look over these. There's what, a 2k MMR gap or something, so I am trying to load this one up and it isn't, so I'm gonna go to the other one that was loading up. And look at that one. So we'll hop into this replay. It's the Dark Willow player. I'm not a Dark Willow player, but I am a support main. I was last patch. So let's look at this. Let's hop in, see what there is to see. The first thing I'm gonna look for is player view. Got like 1.5x speed. This game was a loss. They got pretty crushed. So we'll look at the first, I don't know, 15 minutes, something. There was like a point where it's irrecoverable. It's not worth looking too much over. So why do I see Sand King? Okay, there we go. Now I don't know what the build is, but immediately it looks a little weird to me on support to have 200 unspent gold at the start of the game. Let me go look. Looking at Dota2 Pro Tracker. Maybe this is the thing. Yeah, no, it looks like everybody on Dota Pro Tracker is filling out their inventory. They're spending all their gold. They're getting, like a blood grenade that you don't have, or a similar build with like a magic stick. And I think the one with the blood grenade, they bought 2 sentry wards. Fairy fires, like, so that's a little weird to me. I don't fully understand it. It doesn't make sense. Honestly, like the only lane you really go to without spending all your gold is mid, if you're saving up for an early bottle. Whatever, 1.5x speed, you get going pretty quick. Now, I like to, on support, beeline over to this camp, because you want to be there before anyone else gets there, and set up vision. So, block their camp, put a ward here, and then if they come through, and first of all, any trading going on in this area, you should win if you have the vision advantage, unless like you're just completely outmatched. And you can figure out where they put their wards. You can kind of position around here and defend your ward. So
another thrilling match awaits us.
We'll go 2 times speed until at least the match starts.
Oh, yeah.
So there's some like indecision here, and you walked back and forth. It probably, if you had gone right at the start of the game, so there's like walking back and forth, there's a bit in Fountain, you'd probably have your ward down already. And let's just see what the Rich Doctor is doing. Yeah, he would have just got here, so you could have right now had your wards down already.
30 seconds.
And like backed off. I don't love this. So if you are giving your ward to mid, which make sure he doesn't have one, maybe he didn't, just give him the ward. Mid players, they all have their own style. They have a place where they like the ward. I know on mid, I generally don't appreciate my support putting it where they think it should go. Unless they like happen to be able to get a really deep ward, I wouldn't be able to get, like, they get there before me and they put a ward here or something. We'll see, maybe the guy wanted to hold the ward, maybe there's a chance this gets like instantly found, who knows. Maybe he wanted it on this side, maybe he wanted it here where it's more defendable. Whatever.
30 seconds to video games.
So at this point, you haven't gotten down to their camp, and let's see what their Witch Doctor's up to. At this point, it's going to make it like much harder to place your own ward and block their pull camp. Theoretically, your team could have seen this ward, but whatever. I'm pretty sure they placed that down right in front of your guys' faces. No one really catches it. That's a good start, either way. CM got the kill, but that's a pretty good start to the lane. You guys get 2 bounty runes, get first blood. Yeah, you already have a gold lead. I mean, that's a 600 gold swing there. Be nice. So you get to the lane, and let's see what you do. Okay, so the lane's under tower, which should be theoretically really good for you guys. They screwed up by blocking it. Okay, I didn't have the player perspective locked in. I don't. Okay, here. So there's some like wiggling about. I already get the impression from the fact that he was. Oh, you can actually see it. He was here, and the moment you got here, he like ran this way. You can already get the impression he has a ward there. That's whatever. I don't know what you're doing here. So this is what I was talking about. Where like, since he got vision control this area first, it's a lot harder. Oh my god, I do not appreciate these visual bugs. Okay. So yeah, you walk here. You don't even know. Maybe you're looking at the lane, but you don't even know what's going on in the lane. You have 400 unspent gold. And maybe you're like rushing boots, but you could just have like a blood grenade and a fairy fire here. So yeah, he's coming over. He's contesting this. He sees you. You pretty much have to give up on dropping the sword. At this point, he's going to know. But then you go like deeper. So you go deeper. And like obviously he knows what you just did. He knows you like what else could you possibly be doing other than placing a ward? He knows you either put an observer ward here or a sentry ward here, even if he isn't checking your inventory. And then this you could have just walked away, I guess. I mean, it's still bad because can I draw on this? Even if you walked away, you're like walking away this way. You're gonna get chased out. You're about getting like zoned out way away from the lane. But at least he'd be like distracting their support. But trying to stand and fight here doesn't make sense. Another thing is the creep wave's about to come hit you. So even if you don't know where the creep wave is at every moment, you can look at where your creep wave is. So your creep wave's here. That means their creep wave's okay. Yeah, it's right there. So their creep wave's gonna be coming. You're gonna have this guy in front of you, a creep wave behind you. It's just an awful way to trade. He probably has vision on you, and you don't have vision on him. Right, because in these trees, theoretically, as a work here, yep, the creep wave's here. Then you run into their tower instead of running away, and the gyro comes, and now you're just dead. So this kind of all stems from that early, like lack of urgency to block this camp. If you want to block this camp, you need to do it. If you wanted it this bad, either you had to give up on blocking this camp or do it earlier. This in between of like, I'm gonna come to block the camp a minute and a half late and then commit suicide to do it because it's that important. It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know if you die here, but you probably okay, you do. You also pulled the wave for them. So this wave is actually pushing in, and like I said, it was really good. But now you've basically done a pull with yourself here for them. But yeah, that whole thing didn't need to happen. I don't know if you know, but you should probably know by now. They have a ward there.
Things would catch up with me.
Let's keep going.
God, I hate that little runt.
I don't think that's the end of the world. The game's just kind of even. That kind of undoes the good start your team had. So, let's see what happens here. Okay, so you're starting to chip away at them. They go on you. Okay, let's go to 1x speed. Visual bugs, okay. So I will say, first thing to notice, this wave is about to push in. They have 6 creeps, you have 2. It's a weird time to fight. These guys are both level 2, you're level 1. Is that actually your level? Okay, you're not even close to level 2. So they have a level advantage, they have a creep wave advantage. So you want to be playing kind of safe, you want to just chip away at them. You see they're using their level 2 spike to go on this guy. That's pretty good to try and slow them down. You should be getting out here too, because now this whole creep wave is going to go on you. And this guy, he has 2 spells, so he's probably either gonna flak cannon you and cast a missile on you, or sorry, he's gonna what's it called? Something barrage. His Q. He's gonna either Q and W you or Q and E you. Okay, so that comes out. This is on the primal. He needs to get out too. He has the maledict on him. So that's just a bad play on his part, going back in, fighting into their whole creep wave with maledict. You guys, like, it looks like he's low, but you guys have used all your spells. So I doubt it. Witch Doctor's probably has another stun. Oh, you got him. Okay. So right now this is fairly good. I think this guy's dead. The tower. This actually isn't that bad so far. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think I look at this, I'm just like, that guy's dead. He has a range creep coming at him. He has a tower shot coming at him. He's probably just dead. So, yep, the tower hit him and he's dead. But you've stuck around once again, fighting in a whole creep wave, trying to trade with this guy. It just doesn't make sense. He's level 2, you're level 1, you're fighting and about to be like a double creep wave. You're already lower on health. There's just no reason to be fighting. You could have just walked away. You could have just looked at this that that guy's dead and walked away. And it would have been fine. That would have been like totally fine. This lane would have been even again, I'd say. You each died once, but the carry died. So, but, yeah, now all these creeps are hitting you. You get hit with another stun because he's level 2 and you're not. And you die.
Can we?
You actually hit level 2. Okay, a little unfortunate. If you had it, but like still, the idea still stands. Why are you fighting without level 2? If you had level 2, that would have been a fine time to fight. You maybe could have at least gotten away. You could have just W'd, walked away, and then threw your W at him on your way out. But now you're dead.
Can't run forever.
I think wasting. Did you branch in Tango or do you just Tango?
Can we?
I won't knock you for it. It's worth trying, but obviously you just wasted a Tango. You could have been eating Tangos during the fights, during the trades. There didn't seem to be like an effort to chip away at them either. You did like 3 hits and then you guys just went to like, let's just all throw everything we have at each other, dive tower, dive a creep wave. So it's a little on the primal, but it's also, you could have gone out and made that totally fine. But you stuck around too long. You tried to fight the guy when you're level 1 and he's level 2. So your lane's going quite bad now. I mean, I think it's worth sticking it out, but I don't see it getting better. What I see happening is Witch Doctor Maledict's Primal Beast, and then they just pump a ton of damage into him, and he's going to take a ton of damage. And I don't see what your hero really does to stop that. You can stop them chasing him, but they can just, you know, do a chain stun, do a missile stun. You know, every time, like, or you just maledict him, this guy can flat cannon. Now, the thing about Gyro is Gyro shoves the wave in really hard. So theoretically, what I'd be doing here with you two is just waiting for them to push it into tower, soak XP, and once it's under tower, you farm it. Because inevitably, this Gyro is going to shove the wave. If he has his E leveled, which as a core Gyro he should. Okay, that's not your items. I was about to say what are these items, but they were Gyro's items. Okay. You also have had these wards for a while now. I think you've died, like, at least, yeah, you brought them, screwed around, died, came back, so I mean, we'll see what you end up doing with these wards. So once in, this is theoretically how this lane should go. At this point, you guys accept that you're just trying to lose less, and you farm under tower. So I disagree with buying a magic wand here. So magic wand is like an item for when you're going to be contesting lane, really hard, right? Because and you're getting a little denser inventory, but you have boots on the courier. There's no way you have 0 last hits. There's no way. What you want right now is to get to the point where you can roam as fast as possible. Wand doesn't help you with that. Wand lets you sit in lane a little better. It gives you little stats and lets you get 5 extra wand charges. Right? Getting boots lets you roam mid and win mid lane for your guy, or go through the port. Like you can just start roaming, and this lane's probably going to get to a point where Primal would just want to sit back under tower and farm what little he can. I think that there's no hope of you guys winning this. Yeah, that's basically how he's going to get maledicted, queued, and flat cannoned. And this is going to end up taking away half his health. That was another weird fighting them when like your creep wave is almost dead, or was dead. I'll get that again. Which, it's just always at a slight disadvantage. It's like if there's like 3 creeps in you, it's like an extra hero. Oh my god, these visual bugs. I can't. Okay, there's the creeps. Yeah, so your creep wave is dying here. They're doing a pull. If you want to do anything right now, it would be to try and mess with this pull. So you could theoretically like walk up here so the creeps hit you, and then once these jungle creeps back off, you just W and walk away, and the creeps keep walking. Something like that would stop this pull. If you had caught it a little earlier, you could just hit the jungle creeps and have them chase you. You can stop this pull, that would be pretty good. But yeah, no, it did not work. So you could have done that. In general, the idea of actually trying to literally fight them in their creep wave doesn't make sense, but walking up, taking a little damage to stop a pull from happening would have been worth it. Yeah, because now you're just always a level behind in this lane also because of the 2 deaths. It seems like they're always a level above you, and it just makes everything hard. I don't know if you do pulls. I think you could do one like right now. Because your creep is here. I think that lines up. You could be doing a pull right now to kind of help with this general game plan of letting it push in and farming under your own tower. You'd probably be letting them have the pull. I don't know how you can dust it, but you could have done it. You know, you're the Dark Willow player. I don't know if that's worth it for the mana. I think you probably get to just like right-click the guy a few times. Their Witch Doctor is missing right now. You should be aware he's pulling. So this would be a decent time to go on him. Like, this would be the time to actually go in, cast spells on this guy. His creep wave's dying. His support's off pulling. You probably don't know that, but you could. You could have a sense that, like, hey, I could have been doing my pull. Oh, and then their support goes missing. Maybe he's doing his pull. Oh, their creep wave didn't show up where it should, but, you know. Instead, you just do the one hit. I think you need to rely more on, like, chipping away at them with ability, or with, with, like, regular auto attacks, and not, like, it doesn't need to be casting a spell. I think during all that time, you could have got, like, 4 right clicks on that guy, 200 damage, as opposed, it may be throwing one of these in as he's backing away, but... And then he actually has a hard time coming up to farm. But, yeah, so you get this ward, finally. That's pretty good for you. I don't know if that gave you level 3 or not. It does give a lot of XP too on top of the gold. Okay, so your carry's gone. Yeah, you theoretically want to get every last that you can here. They're precious while he's gone. You have permission to take them. So, see? Didn't get any of them. Okay, you got one. Now, this on him again. Going in to fight as your creep wave's dying makes no sense. So he's going to get punished pretty hard for that. I think he might die here. That's on him. He could have just done, like I said, he could have just sat back here and farmed this once it inevitably pushed in. So, you have some farming in. I think on support you really need to get these last hits when you have the opportunity to. I think practicing last hits is almost more important on support, is you have so many fewer opportunities. Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, and I think support should probably play greedier, especially when you're at a low MMR. You want to make sure you scale and you can kind of become a core, especially on Dark Willow. Dark Willow kind of famously becomes a core. So any farm you can get, and like farming should be your default if there's like no good supporting to be doing or no good gank. So you missed one. I think you get 1 out of these 5 last hits. And not that. Okay, 2. Yeah, that last one was just auto attacking too. The range creeps are worth a lot. Like missing the flag creep under tower, he's kind of rough to last hit. Those range creeps should have been free. Oh, whatever. You should have been able to get like at least 4 of those. 5 obviously would be amazing, but you should know how to last a melee creep and a range creep under tower, even if the flag creeps can be a little weird. Okay, so you finally get your boots, and I'd instantly be looking to gank. I think this lane's done at this point. I think this lane's cooked. After that guy died again, it's like 0 for 4, right? You've killed them 0 times, they've killed you 4 times. Once again, this guy, his game plan, even if you're here, should be to soak XP and then farm it if it gets pushed into his tower, which it should pretty often, whether you're here or not. So you can't really impact this lane, but you could go impact mid lane. You could get your boots, maybe buy a dust or a smoke. Probably at this level, a dust, a smoke probably gets more important the higher you go. More people look at their minimap, the more wards are up. Also, I don't know what's up with your team's wards. I don't think this is really on you, but this ward is bizarre at 5 minutes. Wait, what? This is insane to ward at 5 minutes. Nothing will happen here all game. Okay. I don't know who put this here. I gotta know. Planted by CM. Yeah, CM is on something else. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you guys have 3 wards for the mid lane. But yeah, and if we can probably look at the scoreboard, right? Kind of see which lanes are done and which ones aren't. So mid lane's winning. You can help him win more than win the side lanes. Top lane is not great. The carry's 0-2, but the support's 1-1. But that 1 came from the rune fight. So. Oh yeah, this lane is actually 1-4. You guys did kill the gyro once, but still. I think once your boots get to you, you should be looking to get a kill. You theoretically go like secure this bounty rune at 6 minutes, or this power rune at 6 minutes. Maybe you get your Shadow Fiend to double damage, or a haste, or an invis, and then you guys can make a play with that. Either he decides to kill the rookie, maybe Ricky's a hard kill, maybe he comes down here with a haste or double damage and gets a kill. So I think at this point you should be playing around mid lane, trying to make mid lane have a good game. I think this guy can't have a good game. The best way he can have a good game is if mid lane does and then comes here and fixes this lane for you. I see CM is coming. This is very bad and stupid. The only person top who is doing fine leaves top to come to this horrible lane. It's like they just kind of outscale you guys. Maybe a kill happens because it's Guardian, but this is not really how I think this game should be played. I think you and CM should probably be playing for the mid lane, but I mean, we'll see. I feel you could have charged that up for full. I don't see a reason not to. This guy's already walking away. I don't know if you scared him off or what. Let me... What's going on in his view? Oh my god, of course. Where's the visual bug? I don't think he sees you. So, yeah, now you threw it. That spooked him a little. Okay, he goes in. Yeah, they still have no CMs here, but I think you could have just charged up to full. I don't see a reason not to. You're in the fog anyway. This gank's very bizarre from CM. He's not doing the gank. That guy misses Maledict. That's really good for you. CM is still not doing the gank. This is just awful from CM. So CM shouldn't be here, and this isn't how you gank. Now CM's shown. Casts or Q on that guy. They just walk away? What's happening here? Okay, these guys come back. They know it's a 2v3. I would say, I don't know if this is what's happening. If they make a play like that, I'd be looking at my mini-map and saying, did someone else come to my lane? They know it's a 2v3, and then they walk back up to lane. But that's probably not what happened, but theoretically, Ricky could be here right now. You know what, CM mid? You guys just did a gank bot, maybe Ricky showed up, who knows? Okay, yeah, that's not great. They know your gank's here. It's over. I'd just leave. I'd just say, like, okay, CM, you want to be down here? You can be down here. I'm going to go help mid. I think there's no longer a gank. So I'd go through mid to top lane, try and do something with mid on my way through. And then try and they support top lane. Hey, grabbing the Wisdom Rune. CM's... Okay, no one's grabbing the Wisdom Rune. You both thought the other one was doing it, or CM wasn't? I don't know. You thought CM was doing it, didn't. This, once again, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Your wave's dying, and then you guys choose to fight. There was also target acquisition issues. Probably ping someone to let everyone know who to go on. Because you guys just got Witch Doctor to half health, and then you swapped to go for the Gyro, but you've already used all your spells. So they're probably just both gonna get away. So now it's just like right clicks. Yeah, just stomps and right clicks. Yep. And now you're dead because you stayed up front too long. Yeah, this whole thing, I think there just needs to be some game awareness of like what to do when your lane's lost, and it's not to like. I don't know what was communicated or what, but it's not to have more people come to the lost lane and do nothing for a minute. I would when she came over at like 6 minutes. She was there for like a minute and a half and basically did nothing, and then baited you guys in. So I would have just said, "Hey, CM, you're coming here. I'll swap and take your lane." Like, I'd be looking for any way to get out of this. Tranquil Boots scream roamer to me. And yeah, Saints for HP through lane siege and ganking is what the guide says. Sorry, it's what the guide says too. But so I would have been looking to roam. I don't know about coming top lane. I don't know why you canceled that TP. Was that a misclick? Those are really bad. I don't know if it was, but there's a setting. Or there's a setting somewhere to make sure that your TPs require a hold or stop command. So you have to hit S. You never want to accidentally cancel a TP. It's so bad.
Dire's bottom tower under
yeah, this guy. I don't think you being here helps this guy. You don't even have your E leveled. So like they dive the guy and you're gonna do a bramble maze, and then that's it. And they're probably doing most of their damage in the first second anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, I think we're sticking around here too long. Mid abandoned right now. You could be mid. Shadow Fiend's dead. That's probably what and let's see when you did the TP. Normally, at this point, I'd be looking for a lane I can gank, or a lane that I can farm. Because you also are like pretty far behind on the hero levels. So you're down at the bottom. Okay, so this after you cancel your TP, and then Shadow Fiend gets ganked because their supports, I think, realize that mid's the only lane they're not winning already. So he ends up getting ganked. And you could have been the one to do that. That could have been you. 2 minutes ago, that could have been you. But yeah. So now mid lane's kind of griefed. And it's pretty hard to play this, but we'll keep going for the next, 7 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, so now you're trying to walk high ground into them. I'll say the fact that you didn't notice that guy was on you isn't great, but whatever. Yeah, the Shadow Fiend's mad and he got ganked. And this is also why you shouldn't be teleporting randomly as support. You TP'd top, didn't seem to have a reason, and then canceled it for like no reason. If you had either had a reason to TP top and gone top, made something happen, maybe you make their supports come to you. If you had just walked top or walked bottom, you could have seen this happening and teleported over. But instead, none of that happened. You teleported top, walked bottom, mid died. So, and you get another, no, you not even get the D ward? That's tragic. Yeah, and you're just walking to 3 of them. So, this is another thing that's going to happen. When you feed a lane, especially early on, not earlier, at low skill, when you feed a lane, everyone's going to start going to the lane that's feeding because they want free kills too. This happens to me a lot when I play carry, that like my lane's going great, no one's bothering me, and then for some reason my team comes up, and then their team comes up, and there's a team fight that shouldn't have happened, and they win that team fight. Suddenly they never leave my lane again. So like, oh, we all came up here and it went good, so we're going to keep coming up here. So I think, first of all, their supports are doing like roaming ganking now. The Hoodwink is just roaming and ganking. She was top, roamed to mid, killed mid, now she's roaming bot. But now there's 4 people in your lane. I think you should just really give up on this lane. Primal's is going to have to let it shove into it farm under tower. That's what this lane should be at this point. I would once again probably never come back here. I would have never came back here 2 deaths ago. Well, not never 2 deaths ago, but I would have gone to try and help other lanes. But you're seeing this guy, he isn't actually feeding when you're not there. He seems to be able to hold it together. But yeah, you started walking bot again and then decided against it. Once again, so much of this time, you could have chilled mid, got your level 6. You and CM are now the only ones without level 6. You're at level 4. You need to fix that. You need to find somewhere to get XP. You can't survive long enough in the bot lane to get XP. Like, clearly, every time you go there, you're dead in 20 seconds, so... Okay, so you're coming here to soak XP, theoretically. You hit level 5.
Where's my pension?
Okay, Shadow Fiend's coming. This is one of those things I mentioned earlier. We're having a dust, maybe something could happen there. Shadow Fiend has a haste rune. So theoretically, Shadow Fiend's gonna want to go somewhere else. You shouldn't. You shouldn't do this. This is so bad. If you look at if you looked at the levels, you should know. Even if you aren't keeping track of everyone's levels, you should know that you're not level 6 yet, and it's pretty late. Your level 6 is behind timing. But knowing the levels, if you look at the scoreboard, you would see you and CM are the only ones who have no ult. And you're going top to fight. Even if this is a 5v5 fight, it's 3 ults versus 5 ults. Right now, with just you two going up there, maybe this is a 4v3, but it's 4 ults versus 1 ult, and the 1 ult's over 18. Like, it's a basically unwinnable fight, what you're walking up to. So if a fight breaks out, my expectation is going to be their supports have ults, your supports don't have ults, and you guys are going to get demolished, so... Let's see here. Okay, you get hit with an ult. Crazy. And you get hit with another ult by their other support. Yeah, so you just need to be aware that you're like really weak. Yeah, Ricky's here. Don't even get the 1 kill. Yeah. You were also doing that on a ward, which, I mean, it would be good if you caught that. You did theoretically see him drop that, I think, but... I wouldn't expect he has to catch that. But it's just one of those things. Right now, you need to know you have a problem. And the problem is you're not level 6. This whole time, you could have just sat mid. Once Shadow Fiend grabs the haste, he's going to want to go to another lane. So when did that happen for Shadow Fiend? I love when I can't see anything. I love not being able to see. Okay. Yeah, he has Boots of Travel and a haste rune, like... So... Comes here, you're here, you guys can't do anything but Ricky because you have no dust. But that's whatever, I don't know if you would. So now he has a haste rune, he's probably gonna go roam. We'll see. And pretty much from that point on, you could have been farming. Yeah, so he's going to roam. So let me go... free camera. You could have been farming, like, all of this. So even if Ricky's here, you could still, like, sit back and W, right? Now, I don't know how Ricky versus Dark Willow works. I don't know how fast this guy's going to kill you. Theoretically, if you can walk out of his smoke cloud, you should live every time. So I don't know if you can, but either way, if you can, then you can go up and just farm the wave, maybe drop, like, a sentry or whatever, mess them. But even if you can't... You can sit back here, the sentry would protect you, and you could just throw W's from over here and get XP. So, this is one creep wave you could have got, instead you're fighting up top. This guy leaves. You could have gotten all this farm. All this farm. Theoretically, if you lasted all this, and it's like 500 gold, and you'd be level 6. So, we look at the net worth thing. Suddenly, you'd be like caught up with Hoodwinked on gold. You'd have your ult. You could actually fight. And I think you need to call that out to your team. I mean, if your team was saying to fight here, just ping your level. Just ping, I need this much XP for level 6. And they'll know, okay, we don't fight, because our sports don't have level 6. Anyway, back to player view. So, let's see what's going on here. You're also walking around aimlessly a lot. What you should be doing this time, when you're walking, like, why are you choosing the bot lane? You should be looking Like, where can I get level 6? And that's still mid lane right now. Now Ricky's not even here. Now you can free farm. You could have free farmed during all this, but so you walk here, you walk back, you walk here, like you sit in these trees. It's just you're not doing anything. You're not fixing the issue that you don't have level 6, which is a massive issue. And you TP to this fight again, still no level 6. CM's here, still no level 6. At least they've used their ults, so they don't have them this time. But still. Okay. Is this guy getting away? There's no way, right? This is still stupid. This is still a massive waste of everyone's time. Ricky's about to get a kill too, I bet, but this is the massive waste of everyone's time at this point to keep chasing this guy. Yep, Ricky did get a kill. Like, would that fight have gone worse if you weren't there? What did you contribute? You could have just sat mid, got level 6 in the empty lane, got some last hits, maybe got your cloak or whatever. All right, yeah, let's see. What do you contribute in this fight here? You cast a Q that didn't catch anyone. Okay, it did catch Ricky. Okay, Witch Doctor died because of you. I don't think it's worth it, but whatever. I think the point's made. I think that not so. I would say the biggest things, the 3 things are: it's crazy to be 13 minutes and not level 6. To rush here and get these wards down right away if you really want to do them, and actually control the vision. You could see how hard it felt when he controlled the vision. When he had this thing, I needed block your camp, but he had a ward here, and you just weren't able to do anything in this area. Anytime people came to gank, whatever, it all went bad. Anytime you walked over here, it went bad. That's because he controlled that vision from the very beginning. I think you guys need to stop fighting when your creep wave's about to die, because then their whole creep wave's about to start hitting you. You want to back off when your creep wave's about to die, because there's no more last hits to get. There's no more last hits to do, there's no more harass to do, there's no more denies to do. So just back off. And then also this playing a bit greedier and being aware of your power spikes when you're strong and when you're weak. If it's 13 minutes and you're not level 6, you're very, very weak and you need to fix that. So, we'll see what happens here. Even if you get this guy, it was a massive waste of 4 people's time. For what would end up being, what, like, and he's a support. He's pretty, maybe it'd be like 400 gold. But if everyone here had just like killed half a creep wave, right? That guy's life is worth for your team 2 creep waves, maybe. All right, each of these creep waves is worth like 160 gold. So, like 2.5 creep waves. Like if everyone just been in their lane and farmed a creep wave, that would have been better than whatever that was in CM when it died. You guys also are kind of losing the vision war. It seems like this ward I don't get. I don't know who put this here. So okay, CM put this here. You put this here. When did you put that there? I think the mid lane was already over. Once again, I let the mid kind of handle mid's wards, and by the time you put that there, mid lane was pretty much done. So I don't fully agree with that. And you guys have given up your whole jungle, and they've taken it.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
I think this ward is like actively bad. This ward's questionable. Their ward, meanwhile, has gotten them 2 teamfight wins. Okay. Yeah, once again, you're standing under the ward. You don't know if it's their ward fits their play style. Your ward should be wards should be the turtle. Your ward should be to like keep them out of this high ground. I'd say. Oh, and they have ward here too. Their wards are like invading, chasing, killing. That's what theirs are. They have a ward behind your tower, a ward on the high ground, your jungle. And I think you probably should have figured out they had really aggressive wards. Now they're playing. You try to get rid of them. So you finally have your ult now. How does this go? And at this point, it's also like CM still doesn't have her ult. 15 minutes. That's insane. You have your ult, so you fear the Sand King, stun him. Yeah, it's just too little, too late. Now you die anyway. So, those were the points. I think also just figuring out trying to envision how the lane's going to go and where you can have the best impact. I think that's another one. I think realizing this lane, they're always going to shove into your tower. Whether you're there or not, you're never going to get a kill on them. So just let it shove into your tower, go elsewhere, try and win another lane, because this one was unsalvageable after the 4th death. I'm going to end it there. This ended up going really long.